The Bloom and the Blight, the latest album from two Gallants, Bay Area born and bred, who are with us here today. Gentlemen, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having us.
When jealousy raps on the door, well, what have you come here for? To whisper your dreams away.
We're at the lovely Golden Gate Park and outside Lands. It's quite a historic event, 5th year anniversary. What does this mean to you guys?
You know, it's a big deal for us to play here. We grew up in the city. We played sport like soccer as kids on this very field right here that we just played at. Hopefully we did.
Now both of you played soccer here?
Yeah.
How good are you guys?
Not
Not very good. So if I ask about the Olympics and whatnot and your thoughts on all the teams that performed and some of the players, no?
No, I don't know.
The latest album is probably one of the best of the year. I really enjoy it. What was the growth process? Was there any thing that you did differently this time around? I know it's a standard question, but or is it that just you just wrote the songs and this time around it's really resonating?
I mean, yeah, the circumstances were pretty different for us compared to how we've done things in the past. 'Cause most of our previous records, we would tour and just like kind of new songs would kind of get their legs on tour. And, this time was totally different. We did a little bit of touring, but most of the songs were written just like in the studio, written like while we were recording. I think there's a lot more of an immediacy to this record than there are to our other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But we took like 3 years apart doing other stuff, playing with other bands, and I think we both came back with like a very refreshed perspective on what we wanted to do as a band. And
Right.
The break, I think, was a little bit longer than we had both really planned, because we don't really plan things like that. We've like broadened our vocabulary a bit, this musical vocabulary, It's
Mm-hmm.
not as much just like strictly your kind of grungy country blues or whatever we used to play.
Now, you played a ton of festivals, many festivals, obviously. We touched on how you've played outside Lands before. I'm kind of curious, when you're with a big festival and there are various bands, various lineups, it's not always the same bands. What do you learn, or what have you learned so far, and from who has given you the best lesson?
That's a good question. It is a good question. I mean, I think that we've been playing festivals and stages similar to this, never quite this big, but for a good 3 or 4 years, And I think that just being able to have the perspective and the opportunity to play different places and see different bands play, I think, again, back to like sort of, like musical sort of vocabulary, I think you as an artist or an entertainer or whatever you want to put us to, like whatever label, I mean, you have to learn how to interact with space and listen to other people create things. And I think that like in general, you just kind of like learn a lot about how to perform and, excavate and like execute your songs correctly, or
Right.
you hope to.
We still have a long ways to go as far as being like your kind of traditional performers in any degree. You're song and dance kind of guys. We don't really.
Well, I hope I wouldn't see any like Gaga type dancers
No,
behind
but
you.
I
or
mean,
anything,
like,
right?
I don't know. We I think we are I would say a fault of ours is that we get a little bit too focused on just playing and having the show proceed and the songs being the focus, that we don't really like to talk much. We don't really do much on stage banter. We're kind of funny guys in our own time, like when we're off stage and are more comfortable, but I think that's something we're trying to work on. It's like,
Try to let out more of your personality.
a little bit.
A little
yeah.
bit, a little bit.
I've always had this problem with it because I feel like really vulnerable a lot when you talk too much or get too personal, and like reveal yourself in any other way than just the songs and just this thing that you've kind of signed up to do.
Right.
Then because people didn't come to hear us speak. That's not really the point. We're not Jay-Z.
But it kind of maybe that'd be ironic to see you guys. Come on, wave your hands in the air, right? So, well, last. Yeah, right, and just bust out a few chords. I really appreciate your time. Like I said, the Bloom and the Blight, multiple thumbs up if I was a Martian of some sort. And continued success for you guys.
Cool.
All right,
Appreciate
two Gallants on B-Sides on air.
It's gonna come back home. Soon's gonna come back home. Thank you very much. We're two Gallants. We'll see you soon.